Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Tuesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the interesting forecast coming up for the next couple of days, including today's warm conditions and then the big temperature drop tomorrow. So we're starting here with the satellite. You can see some high clouds moving over the area, and there's a lot of low clouds across the lowlands and the coast this morning. That will clear very quickly, though, as we have some warm conditions ahead. So let's take a look at our overall pattern. You can see that this ridge is starting to push off to the east pretty quickly, but in its wake today, we're going to have a really nice warm day. And then, however, you can see, though, as that ridge moves really quickly off to the east, there is a system knocking on our door, and that is going to rapidly drop our temperatures tomorrow with the cold front, bringing some rain and some breezy conditions to the area. You can see that system moves through on Wednesday, and then another system, a nice strong low-pressure system, will move into central British Columbia there and will clip us with a little bit more rain on Thursday and Friday. And as that moves away, we will start to dry out and warm up just a tad into the weekend and toward the end of September there. So now let's take a look at that precipitation. You can see systems ongoing across northern Vancouver Island, or just north of Vancouver Island there this morning. Dry today, and then that frontal system starts to move in tomorrow. You can see that rain starts across areas from Seattle north around 5 a.m. Rain continues through the day with showers in a nice convergence zone continuing through about 5 a.m. Thursday, and then that next low, a pretty nice low pressure system that moves toward Haida Gwaii in central British Columbia, and you can see that by the time we get to Thursday evening, some of that rain starts to move into Washington from that system, and showers continue at times with that all the way through Friday. And then you can see after Friday there, through Saturday and Sunday, we do remain dry as that ridge builds across the area. So let's take a look at those temperatures we're expecting today under that ridge. You can see it'll be really nice from Seattle northward, highs in the mid to upper 70s, warmest of course east of I-5 and in those foothill areas, and then from Seattle southward, highs in the mid to upper 70s to possibly low 80s in the foothills and in Pierce County southward. And then take a look at that drop tomorrow, though. The entire area drops to the low 60s. That's going to be a noticeable decline. You will definitely feel that change in the air, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit more detail in a minute here. On Thursday, temperatures rebound a little bit to the mid-60s Seattle north and upper 60s from Seattle south. A similar thing on Friday, a tad bit cooler as that next system moves through, highs in the low to mid 60s Seattle north and mid 60s Seattle south, and then the coast most of this time is in the low to mid 60s, except today in the upper 60s to low 70s. And then by the time we get to Saturday, you can see most of the area in the low to mid 60s, maybe some upper 60s from Olympia southward. So now let's take a look at the southwest Washington areas and Portland. You can see today is going to be very nice and warm from Centralia, Chehalis southward to Kelso, highs in the low to mid 80s, and from Kelso southward toward the Portland metro, highs in the mid 80s to low 90s, likely going to reach 90 or 91 across the Vancouver and Portland metro area. But take a look at that decline tomorrow. Over 20 degrees of temperature drop for the Portland metro. Highs drop all the way from the low 90s to the upper 60s, and then you can see on Thursday temperatures rebound some back into the low to mid 70s, back to the low 70s on Friday, and then by Saturday rebounding again back up to the mid to upper 70s. So we're talking about that temperature decline, and take a look at this forecast. This is the European model showing 24-hour temperature change tomorrow at 4 p.m. So you can see from today at 4 p.m. to tomorrow at 4 p.m. temperatures will drop 10 degrees for areas like Bellingham, up to 15 in Everett, and then from Seattle south to Portland, temperatures drop an incredible 15 to 25 degrees. Some areas around Portland could drop up to 30 degrees in that 24 hours. So that basically means that 24 hours after today, so this afternoon, it will be 30 degrees cooler across parts of Portland, 20 or so degrees for Tacoma, 15 to 20 for Seattle. So that's a noticeable drop. That's a huge change over a 24-hour period. You can see some places in the Cascades and the Coast Range that could drop over 30 degrees between those two timestamps. So between 4 p.m. today and 4 p.m. tomorrow, there will be a noticeable difference as that cold front moves through. So taking a look at total precipitation here from the National Blend of Models, you can see that rain starts early tomorrow morning across most of the area and continues as we go all the way. That main rain starts to move in mid-morning there, and you can see it is going to be strongest from Seattle north with that rain shadow in the Olympics from Seattle to Olympia. And then you can see as we go through the evening, by Thursday morning, this system brings a nice convergence zone from Seattle to about Arlington and maybe up toward Mount Vernon. And that's going to bring about 1/4 of an inch of rain from Seattle southward, a little bit more once you get into the foothills there, maybe up to a 1/2 inch, about a 1/2 inch along the coast, and from Seattle north, expect a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch and up to 1.5 inches in the northern Cascades there. And then you can see as that next system moves through on Thursday, that rain really does get going Thursday evening and brings more totals to the area. The Cascades get up to 2 inches in total, and then you can see that adds about another 1/4 inch for most of the metro area. Maybe a little bit more from Everett northward could add up to another 1/2 inch. So by the end of this week, we're looking at areas from Seattle north getting nearly 1 inch of rain, from Seattle south likely a 1/2 inch, and then on the coast 3/4 to 1.5 inches. And then of course really nice rain for the Cascades, especially from I-90 northward, with 1 to 2 inches expected. So we'll take a look at some rain maps more tomorrow just to get an idea of those totals. One thing that I want to mention is that tomorrow, as that cold front moves through, there is a chance of some thunderstorms. You can see this chance of lightning at times through the morning, and then again in the afternoon and evening there for parts of western Washington. Not a very high chance, but some of those cells moving through with the cold front could have some lightning in them, so watch out for that. And it's also going to be a bit breezy out there. You can see most of the area here on the NAM model has winds gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. However, areas along the Strait and parts of Whidbey Island will gust 30 to 40 miles an hour, and areas in western Whatcom County, as usual with our fall and winter storms, will be windier than the rest of the area. Looks like Bellingham and Ferndale and Blaine could gust 35 to 40 miles an hour as well, and then maybe some 30 to 35 mile an hour gusts on the north coast as well. So it will definitely feel like fall. It's a very interesting couple days. It'll feel like summer today on Tuesday, but then it'll feel like fall tomorrow on Wednesday. So, and we do have more systems after this one on Wednesday, so we will talk about that more tomorrow. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. That's the best way to help Western Washington weather grow. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.